similar to what's Goddard and Party, right? We rezoned it, but it doesn't appear like that they have completed that, either haven't gotten approval from the planning commission or, right, that even though we rezoned it, right, and they actually started parking cars there, I think we had to tell them, you can't park cars until you pave the lot and put up, you know, the walls.
Chairman.
Councilman.
And this is just to clarify, this is our first reading, so this will come back to us in 2 weeks as well, and then it will go to planning for site plan.
I just, through the chair, the issue is I cannot even accept a site plan for him to put in a parking lot on property that's not zoned for that. So, that's the rezoning.
Chairman, just one question in this phone. So Councilwoman Daniels brought up, you know, the lot line and the person's fence. So, and you said, and I've heard that before, right? It's between individuals, but I'm assuming when the company comes in and they do the site plan, you said they're going to do a survey, so they're going to know where their lot ends. And it could, right? I mean, you know, that's happened before, I think, where it could be in part of her lot.
And through the chair, planning commission always has the discretion of demanding a survey, you know, as a condition of their approval.
Chairman,
Councilwoman.
I'm sorry, did you say that sometimes it's on someone else's property?
Well, I mean, I've heard of disputes on property lines before where people have said, you know, the city can't go out and survey everybody, so it's usually, well, you have to go out and get a survey and see if your fence is on my lot or not. Yeah.
Chairman,
Councilwoman.
so to Councilwoman Daniels, did she say that this is on her property, or is it just too close to her property?
So she was saying that where her fence line is currently, she has like a chain link fence. She's saying that the owner of the property is telling her that his property actually goes into a few feet into her yard. So basically, her window, looking out her side window, if it is moved, there's going to be a brick wall basically right outside her window, within, you know, a foot and a half, 2 foot of her house, where her house ends. Because the fence line is only maybe 4 feet. I would say, I didn't measure it, but approximately 4 feet. So if he's moving it closer, right outside her window is going to be the brick wall. Which, you know, she was saying she already has a garden there. She's been utilizing it for a certain amount of time.
Through the chair, Ms. Daniels, could you suggest to her that she contact me and perhaps I can dig and find out if we do have a survey of her property and lot?
Yeah, I didn't. I did not. I just briefly spoke with her. I plan to go back and speak with her again.
Councilwoman.
When I built my home, the property line, I couldn't be within 5 feet of the property line. Is this still the case too?
Well, the ordinance states the screening law is beyond the property line.
Okay.
It's not like a structure. You know what I mean?
It is, but it isn't.
But it is, right, it's not gonna catch on fire, you know? That's why they make houses set back.
Unless they approve a final fence.
Correct.
All right, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Roll call, please.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Rhodes?
No.
Mrs. Daniels?
No.
Ms. Clinton?
Yeah.
Ms. Brandano?
Yes.
Mr. Geis?
Yes. Motion passes 4-2. Item 7.5, a motion to amend City Council Resolution Number 8.365-22 and consent to the assignment of Kodiak Emergency Vehicles to McLean Equipment LLC. The originally awarded amount was $1,130,245 for the purchase of 3 new ambulances funded through Fire Department State Enhancement Grant and ARPA vehicle accounts.
Motion.
Support.
Motion by Councilwoman Witten, supported by Councilman Johnson. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. The yeses have it, motion carried. Item 7.6 is motion to approve 3 members of the Fire Department to attend Michigan Fire Inspectors Society Fall Conference amount of $3,393 plus out-of-pocket expenses funded through general fund training and transport account.
Motion to approve.
Support by Councilman Brandon, support by Councilman Johnson. Is there any discussion?
Chairman, I had a few questions.
All right, Brandon.
I was just noticing, I didn't see the dates of when it was. It looks like some of the paperwork, maybe there were some things that were redacted on here, so it doesn't really say the date.
Okay, hold on. Per requesting, do we redact that information from the package? So what I'm being told is the dates and addresses can be provided by council, but at the corporation council's request that that information should not be publicly available. Yeah, it looks like the information in our package, it looks like it was redacted. Certainly, yeah. So what's in ours and what is available online, our council secretary has removed that from the public. Oh, you did, or when it was submitted. So, if you want to speak with the chief, I'm sure he could provide those specifics.
I was just wondering what was the reason for the rejection, what is the safety, the date specifically, what is that? What would be the safety concern of the date?
I was not consulted regarding why it was redacted, so I really don't know on what basis it was redacted.
Safety or something, if I recall.
Through the chair, I believe that, one of